vendor payment. So for vendor invoice, you can see, double clicking on it, you can see that there is a 19 number range is already there. And if you go back and if you see for payment, there is a 15 as a document number range is there. Now what does this means? This means that this is the serial number of document number. This is by standard. So what we need to do is we need to create two number ranges, document number range, which has to be defined. One is for 19 and one is for 15. 19 is for document number range for vendor invoices, that is KR, and 15 is for vendor payment, that is KZ. So to create the number range, we need to go to FBN1. So going to FBN1 as in the screen, FBN1, as we already did in the ledger, general ledger accounting, that we created the document number, same way we will be creating the document number over here. So you need to fill the company code over here, 1200. Now we will be creating two document number range, that will be two document number range serial number, that is as we seen in the vendor document type, that is KR and KZ. KR document number series was 19 and for vendor payment that was 15. So we'll be creating these two over here. Now we'll go to this interval to create. I need to create two, that is one is for 19 and one is for 15. Now we'll go to 19. We need to put, now keep things over here how these number ranges work. 19 is the serial number which I have put up for vendor invoice as it was mentioned in KR. Now you need to put the year over here, for which fiscal year you want. Right now the fiscal year which is running around is 2014. So if your fiscal year is something else, you need to put that fiscal year, because the number range, accounting document number range, changes every year. Every year you have to create new number ranges, or you can copy the existing previous year number ranges to the new year. So we'll be taking up 2014 as a fiscal year, and now I will be defining what will be the number range over here. So suppose the number range over here is this, I will be just taking the same and I will be just making certain changes. I want my vendor invoice to be booked is with 19, so that it will be easier for me to understand. So 19 is the serial number. For invoice also I am putting the same thing, 19. So 19 09999, I can put it over here, and now I have defined this to this, and I can plus it. So plus it will add on to it. In the same way you can go to this plus again, and you can create the serial number or the document number range for 15 now. So for 15 you have to put over 15. You have to put the fiscal year 2014. Now you can put a number range. It depends upon you how and what number range you want to have. You can have accordingly. You can do the working of that. So now I would be taking it as 15, insert. Now these are the two which I have entered, and I can now go to the save option, and your document number range will be created. Now add on, okay, continue. So your number range for 15 and 19 is created. Now do remember this 15 serial number is for vendor payment, that is KZ document type, and 19 is for vendor invoice, that is KR. So your number range is over, and this is what will give you the accounting document number, a unique accounting document number for vendor invoice and for vendor payment as well. Now moving to the next is payment terms. We discussed earlier, payment term is basically used for determining the due date of the invoice, and if in case the payment is made before the due date, what will be the cash discount, what will be the rebate in that. So that is what has been calculated in this case. So for creating payment term by SAP side, there are certain payment term that are as standard. If you want to create your own payment term, you can have your own payment term created as well. How this works, let's see. So we can see the payment term now, that the transaction for that is OBB8. So now we can go to the SAP system and we can run /n to exit the screen and OBB8 to enter the payment term screen. So OBB8, now in OBB8 you can see these are the standard payment terms which are provided by the SAP itself. If you need to use it, you can use these all. Now as you can see, the payment term 0001, that is for immediate payment. That means you don't want to hold for any due date, you just punch in the invoice and later on you can make the payment immediately after that. So in that case you can use this payment term. There is another payment term 0002, that is for if the payment is 30 days, 2% discount will be there. If you make the payment within 14 days, there is a discount of 3%. So that is the terms of payment with the vendor which varies. So if you make the payment within 14 days, you get the discount of 3%. If you make the payment within 30 days, you get the discount of 2% by the vendor as per the agreement, and if you make it within 40 days, then only the net amount is to be paid. There is no discount in that. So there could be different number of terms which are set with the vendors. As you can see below, again there is a different term again. In this case 14 days 2%, 30 days 1.5%, and 45 days there is nothing. So there could be different payment terms. If you go page down, there could be number of other payment terms as well allowed over there. So you need to see which you want to use, and if case there is a different payment term which is not applicable as per the standard in this screen, you can go to those new entries and you can create your own payment terms as well. So suppose we check just for any one of them. Suppose we check for 0002. Now over here you can see that we need to fill the code over here, and then you need to put the description, what the payment term description will be. Now this payment term will be applicable for customer or vendor. If it is applicable for both, you have to tick both of them. If you want this payment term to be applicable only for vendor, you have to tick only vendor over here. Now this payment term will be calculated on the basis of which date. Will it be a posting date or entry date or the payment date? Sorry, document date. Document date basically means the invoice date. Invoice date which is written on the invoice of the vendor. Posting date means the date on which you are punching the invoice. So an entry date means the actual date on which the document were posted by the user in the system. So these are three different dates. Now in normal cases, mostly the document date is taken to calculate the due date or the payment terms by any of the clients or any of the users. So now coming up over here, if you know that the terms of payment are different and there are discounts in it, in that case you go on this particular part and you fill those areas. So if there is a discount of 3%, if it is done less than 14 days, then you fill 3% 14 days, and if there is 2% discount within 30 days payment is done, then you fill it this, and if the next is 45. So the maximum you can have the percentage discount is for 2 line items 2 times, and the third will be the final on which the final payment need to be done. So this is up to you how you want to take it the system with, and then once you configure this, you can save it and the payment term will be created. So in this way you can create your own payment terms, or even you can use the existing payment terms if it is applicable for that particular vendor. So this is how it works. Now moving up to the next is your defining cash discount for outgoing payments. Now moving to this particular case path, over here we define a discount account which will be taken up as a cash discount received while making outgoing payments. So let's see how it can be done in the system. So we'll be going to the SPRO screen /n SPRO. IMG screen, financial accounting, accounts payable. So let's move to the financial accounting part. Accounts receivable and payable, business transactions, outgoing payment. So in outgoing payment, now there is outgoing payment global setting. So outgoing payment, global setting. Now over here you can see the define account for cash discount taken. So over here you need to go and explore this, and this the chart of account has to be enter. Then over here you can see this is the screen, that is the transaction for cash discount received is SKE, and the transaction code for this is OBXU if you want to have the transaction code. So over here in this case you need to define the account over here. So clicking on this accounts where a GL account can be assigned to have the discount. So now in this case we need to select this text code, and then we need to click on this. Okay, save the rule first. So in this case if you save it first, and then you can see the option of putting a GL account has arrived over here. So in this case we assign the cash discount received GL in this case. So as of now if you go for F4 key in the keyboard, let's see whether I have created any ledger for cash discount received or not. So in this case as of now I have not created any cash discount received ledger. As of now you can see there is no cash discount received ledger in this. So what I will be doing now is, first I will be creating a cash discount received ledger, and then I will be assigning that over here. So for that I will be going to a new session in this over here, clicking on this, and then now we'll be creating a new ledger account over here with FS00. Now again I have to see that again cash discount received is a part of which group. So I need to check the group. It's basically a part of income. So income is of with 3 lakh 30000. So I have to explore from over here whether there is any ledger open with 3 series or not. So in case we check, there is only sales account over here, so we can now create 300001. So I will be creating 300001 under the head, under the group income. Income is a part of profit and loss account, and this I write it over here, cash discount are received. Same I will be filling up over here, cash discount received account. Now moving up to the next, I will be clicking over here star and posting this and clicking onto the line item display, no open item. Mind it, open item management is not relevant for profit and loss account related GL. So moving to the next, now over here we will be selecting G001 and save it, and your ledger will be created over here now. So OK to this, and your ledger 300001 is created. And in that case, now if you go back over here, now we can assign the ledger in this case, that is cash discount received ledger. So when you go to this, search the ledger, and you can see your ledger will be appearing over here. So this is where your cash discount received is coming up. Double click on this, this will be selected, and now you can save this over here, and your cash discount received settings have been done. So this is how you have to do this. Same way, your cash discount for outgoing payment has been successfully covered. Now the next is creation of vendor master records, and after that we will be doing unit testing. So this now we will be doing up in the next session, and as of now it's over. You can do this much with the in your system. We'll be carrying on to further to this in the next session. Thank you.